that we think the same thing. We think alike. And I found out that there are a lot of good people in this community and that support this community who live miles and miles away from this community. I found that out. I discovered through Dominion, and when I'm talking about Dominion, I'm talking about the industry. I discovered a first-hand perspective of how corporations and government, how they work hand in hand for decisions that are made on golf courses and, at poker games, at social gatherings. I discovered how lying and cheating and stealing is done for the sake of corporate greed, personal power, at the cost of folk, the everyday folk like you and like me. Folk who aren't getting any, the financial part. I've discovered, and I'm going to tell you what, these last 4 years, my life has been, my perspective has been changed. I discovered that it's more than just the pipeline, that it's more than just natural gas. I've discovered that it's things like coal ash. I've discovered how there is a disrespect for water because we can go and buy bottled water for personal consumption, but somebody makes money. I've really discovered in these last couple of years really what corporate greed is all about. I discovered how a county like Buckingham, and I love Buckingham County, but even how the folk in Buckingham had been manipulated, and they're still being manipulated, and how this whole project is beyond their scope, and what entities like Dominion, big businesses, who believe that they're so big that they can't fail in, or should not fail in the things that they want to do at the expense of others. And it has shaped my thinking. It has caused me to have a deeper introspect, to spend more time praying. Listen, it's not just about people's souls, but it's about the folk in the community and about their life. It's about their health, about their well-being. And how sometimes I lay awake at night and I toss, and sometimes I get up and I go into another room. Or sometimes how I get in my old car and I drive. I should be concentrating on driving, but I'm enjoying the drive to reflect. Or how I get on my Harley and ride. And how I think about things and I find a peaceful place and I sit. Listen, yes, it has changed my life. It has changed my life and how I view people. Hello. Everybody is not a racist. Y'all ought to be up running around jumping right there. Everybody is not a people or person hater. Everybody does not have evil in their hearts. There are folk that love God. Even the folk who don't claim God love God. Because there's no such thing as a true atheist. I have discovered, and it has changed my thinking tremendously, at how I look at the social order of things. There's always a cost. There's a cost. And it's not just in dollars. There's a cost in communities that are swept aside. It bothered me to find out that the industry would, as far as the African Americans in this area, spread us over the whole county, and said that there are only about 27 people, African Americans, in the square mile. And everybody knows that's a lie. And it bothers me how the conversation is manipulated so well and managed by Dominion that the average person simply believes that whatever Dominion says, it must be true. 17,000 jobs. Folk are leaving Hampton because they can't find a job. Folk go to Hampton to get a job. And what about us here? Oh, how has it affected me? To make me really realize I've always known it. But listen, I can't be sacrificed for money. And I've learned to look at and how to discover and how to follow the money trail. So I've learned a whole lot. But I've gained a whole lot. I've gained some lifelong friendships that I would not have had if it had not been for Dominion and its action. And I would forever be grateful for that. Okay? Amen. I learned to see how someone like Chad could be married to somebody from Japan and be happy. Y'all better help me. I just had to throw that in the pick on Chad. But I've learned so much. And I thank God for this. And I thank God for folk who come and render beautiful music. I thank God for the cultural exchange. Listen, if it had not been for what's going on right now, I would have never, and even I've been in this area now but 19 or 20 years, would have never really discovered the joy of Yogaville. Hey, I'm going to tell you. And from what I found out from my interaction in Yogaville, it made me, listen, I had to sit down and really realize that my idea of what life is and should be about was sort of maybe two-dimensional. Two. That I found out that there are more dimensions. Hey, I found out a whole lot. I found out also, I discovered that there are some vegetarian dishes that I kind of appreciate. Amen. That I've added, and actually, that I've actually added to my dietary menu at home. So I've found a whole lot. So you have to expand your horizons. We are not a closed community. We're not separated because by being black or white or yellow or whatever. But we are together because we are God's people. And things that I've known, things that I might have taken for granted. But we're about the business in the Christian vernacular about kingdom building. You can't tear the kingdom down. You have to build the kingdom up. And kingdom building is not about the money. It's not about the money, but it's not about you and it's not about me. But it's about the whole thing that we're bound together by one thing: love.